Welcome, everybody, to Series 3.
Series 3. It's been a minute. Welcome back.
Podcast. So,
How have you been?
It feels like ages, but really, it's probably only been like a month, hasn't it?
No, it's been longer.
No, because the live show was May, wasn't
March.
it? No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No,
it was end of March. It was like the 30s. Summit of March.
We really should have checked that, but I'm convinced it wasn't. Anyway, it's been
on
a
the screen. One of us
mini
is right.
hiatus, hasn't it?
It's felt long. Because we've missed it.
We've obviously not, because we had a hiatus, we've not spoken about the success of the live show.
Yeah, big time.
The live show was great. Thank you, everybody, for coming massively. And obviously, we so many people bought all the clothes, so we're so grateful for that.
Yeah. We had some good artists turn out. We had some debut of certain artists as well.
We did, yeah.
Others you'll be seeing on a familiar platform such as this.
Exactly.
And it was a nice, wholesome time, wasn't it?
It was such a wholesome time. We had like 50
nice.
people sat on beanbags and sofas and couch cushions like all over while we did our...
But if you listen to this, I assume you've already heard the episode.
Yes.
And you thought, God, that sounded like a good time if it wasn't
That sounded so funny. I wish I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame that I live in California.
It is. And planes and trains don't coincide with what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we've got some big plans for Series 3, and I know that's what everybody says, but we've gained some members of the team secretly. Yeah. And that also makes to note that we're missing Lils and Splinter today. Lils is in Paris, so boo-hoo to her.
Yeah.
And Splinter's locked up in recital season of university.
Training Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, training the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is what we should have said.
So it's back to the OGs.
Exactly, yeah. And we were supposed to be filming with a very special guest today.
We were, who we will be seeing at a later date.
Who will be coming back on, so there will be no reveal of who that is.
Yeah, which is probably...
Sod it, let's come in. We've missed you all.
But at the same time, it's for the best because we're both cooking so warm.
It's very warm in here, and don't be fooled by our outfits. We've picked fashion over
as per always, over function.
Function, that's fashion over function is what I was getting at. Yeah. But the other thing is, so obviously we always love to touch on what we've missed pop culture-wise, but we're not going to go over everything over the last 2 months because what's the point? You'll have heard it all a million times.
Yeah.
But just this last, I'm going to say 24 hours alone, me and Liam have lived a life.
We've lived a good
one. So let's start with what we did last night. Would you like to tell the story?
If Sam's hat wasn't already a giveaway, or if you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Music, or anywhere else, Sam and I, on a very nice, cheap deal.
Oh, yeah. We're not allowed to reveal our plug.
No, we're not revealing any sources. Yeah. Went to go see Tyler, the Creator.
VIP, bitches.
VIP access in the Cup Live for the first time. Neither of us had been there.
First time.
Astounded at how good it was.
Would you believe it looks brand new? It was built 10 minutes ago, but it was stunning.
0 minutes for anything the entire time we were there.
Oh, my God, yeah. We had our own merch store.
We had our own merch, had our own little co-op. I've never seen a stadium have a little shop with just one member of staff in. We didn't wait any time for that.
No.
You went for your merch, straight
away, got it.
And there was someone that took you to every section. So we got there, obviously got scanned, checked tickets. Someone said, very nice people as well, said, oh, is this your first time here?
The staff were great.
Who you here to, not who you here to see, they know who you're here to see, but took you to the next person, said, if you go this way, here are your toilets, here are your whatever. Nice.
And I've got to say, I'm a bit good. We had food before, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because then we walked in and the food looked unreal.
Looked ridiculous.
Yeah. So as Mancunians, it was nice to experience the co-op live as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. And as two Withenshaw boys, I guess you can. As two people who
got skin in the game, but I'm not
skin in the game. As two people who would not be buying a 280 quid ticket for almost damn near anyone.
Absolutely nobody.
That's 180 quid less than we spent on Kendrick.
Kendrick's the most I've ever spent on a ticket that's not a festival ticket, and it would have only been for Kendrick, and it was what, 100 quid? 90 quid or something
90
like
quid.
That.
It was 94 quid or something, 92 quid.
I've never, even as an artist and a musician myself, I've never understood people that will pay over 100 quid for tickets.
Taylor Swift tickets are going for thousands.
Yeah, but Swifties lack brain cells.
Well,
that is a thing.
What they don't lack is parents who have bread.
Exactly. We don't have parents with bread or parents
Or
anymore.
parents, plural.
Yeah.
Parents,
no
singular.
disrespect to the mums. We've both got one mum left. So it was quite hilarious because Splinter was just kind of pissing himself at us all day because me and Liam were like, oh my God, the seats have got cup holders.
Yeah, we were just well impressed by everything.
Like, what? I'm used to
I came to Sam in the toilet, went, Sam, have you seen the toilet paper? And they had a wash station next to the sink with spray on it.
They had deodorant just there.
Insane.
I nearly put it in my pocket.
Yeah, I was so tempted to go also steal a toilet roll. Just had a weekly shot. Had some delivered. But it was like thick, good quality. Mm-hmm. And also the toilet said, look like Ministry of Magic.
They did. Have you noticed no urinals as well? All cubicles.
I did. Yeah, we were both looking for them.
Yeah.
God, they could see.
Because I'm used to going to Old Trafford where everyone's pissing in the sink and pissing on the floor. So maybe that was for the best.
Yeah.
But we'll get on to how amazing the show was.
Yeah.
But there was one thing that me and Liam realised very quickly and thought, oh, that's going to change as the show goes on, and it just didn't.
The cable's in the way?
No, that was annoying.
Oh, fair. Go on.
The demographic.
Ah, yeah, big time. Big time.
Everybody was 8.
Everyone was 8 at
Everyone was like Key Stage 2.
I've been listening to Tyler since Yonkers came out, which I think is 12 years, probably longer. Wait, I think it came out early 2010, so maybe 2012.
Yeah.
So big, like 13 years now. And there were kids there who were 1,000,000% younger than that song was.
Would you not remember when we were sat
so mad.
In like the loungy bit and those kids ran past? And I'm not kidding, they were genuinely 6, 7 years old.
Yeah, children.
Like, dripped in Chromacopia merch.
Of course.
And obviously, as we were laughing because we were aware that we were there for free, but everyone had paid a lot of money to be there.
Yeah.
So when you see like literal, like
kids.
year 4 kids running around.
Literally year 4 kids.
One of the most R-rated rappers around. I mean, this is the guy that was banned from the UK for some very explicit lyrics.
That won't be repeated on this platform.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, we were both astonished at it because we look around going, I thought everyone was going to be my age, like late 20s, early 30s, because there are people who've been listening to him since they were teenagers, like I was.
Yeah.
And there was barely anyone.
No.
There wasn't even really any like parents that had gone with him.
Do you know what I noticed? There was no one over our age, really.
No, not
apart from the 3 girls behind us. There was
they
3
older?
women behind us that were definitely in the 40s.
Okay.
But they knew all the words, so fair play. But I just mean like everyone was literally so young.
Yeah.
And it was a bit of a shock.
Surprising though.
And obviously we would have loved to be in the pits and everything, but like the pits did look a bit mad, but then the closer you looked, it was just like kids everywhere.
We would have felt really weird just being in there.
I would have felt inappropriate.
And also, I'm a lot bigger than all those children and weigh a lot more. So we get into it, then there's just kids flying out everywhere because they're catching elbows.
Yeah.
So, because you think a new Magic Wand, I'm going to keep it civil.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, as we're recording this, I made the comment yesterday, as we're recording this, yesterday the video went viral of that guy that was doing the cheese run in like Dorset or whatever. And was running down that grass hill. And went flipping. That was me in New Magic Wand. I nearly just wanted to just forward roll.
When we went to Kendrick though, that was, I thought everyone there felt like they were in our like age, mid to late 20s. Everyone. There were a lot of olders.
There was a lot of young'uns, but like...
I didn't see many young'uns. I saw a lot of guys there stupidly there with like their small girlfriends.
I remember that guy.
Kicked about and losing her.
Do you remember that guy that was behind us that literally like almost had his girlfriend on a leash because he was that terrified?
You would need her in a full
She was
Nelson.
about 4'5" as well. She was going to just get sucked into the crowd and disappear.
I feel like I should have won and went, Money Trees is in 3 songs. You need to get to the back. Because it's going to get livid in here.
I've got to say though as well, because as much as I was getting lulled in and following him doing it, but Liam was so funny. Liam had the set list on his phone, and every time a song would finish, we'd check what the next song is. And I really want to hear in the comments what people think about that.
It's a good point.
I hated it at first, but then I couldn't help but look what you were doing.
Also, my thought was, because there were a bunch of small girls behind us, I know the second I stand up, they're not seeing anything. So if I go, I'm going to wait 3 songs, and then there were like 8 in a row, I was like, I love all these, because that's when he went through all the legacy songs. So I was like, I'm just going to have to stand up and they're just going to have to take it or leave it.
Yeah, totally.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, on that note then, let's talk about the actual show. So firstly, the actual Chromacopia container. Which I would give my left lung to live in a green container with Chromacopia on the side.
Set design, really
cool. You can't
cool.
give your left lung, unfortunately.
I can.
Oh, it's your right lung.
I can't give my right.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely unreal. And I don't want to, not necessarily about spoilers, but then when the bridge came down, and so I guess spoilers. I don't know if anyone's going to see them, but the house that they built like a living room, didn't they? Yeah. With like a record player, like a piano.
Fence, they had hedges around it and everything.
Like really bushes, cool. And then they like dropped like almost a projected house around him.
Really cool.
It was so cool, and he was going up to his record player, and they had a camera zoomed in. He was flicking through his records, wasn't he? Yeah. And it'd like stop on one, and everyone would go, "Oh my god!" And then it'd be like Yonkers, and everyone would go mad, and then he'd pick it out. And he was playing snippets of his old stuff, wasn't he?
Yeah, very much.
And you didn't like that, did you?
I wasn't crazy on it, and I totally understand why. Because if you're an artist who's been around forever, I say forever, there's people like Rolling Stones are still touring.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things,
60 years near of music, which is insane. But I guess they've also been playing the same songs.
Yeah.
They're not playing anything that's in the last 30 years, are they?
But Tyler's probably, let's say 2009 is that the earliest presence we ever had of Tyler? Maybe 10?
No, yeah. I think Bastard is probably like, around that time.
So Odd Future, 09. Let's say 15 years to be generous, right? Yeah. So then let's equal that as Frank Ocean because he was in Odd Future, obviously. Yeah. In 15 years, though, we've had probably quadruple the amount of music from Tyler, Creator than we've had out of Frank Ocean.
Oh,
maybe
least,
5 times more.
Maybe 5 times more. If you count in Nostalgia Ultra, then Channel Orange, then Blonde.
And I'll even give him his hidden album.
Even give him that.
Yeah, that never came out.
And if you think with all of Tyler's, and then like the B-sides that he put out to stuff as well, it's a lot to get through. So I was a little iffy because I was so excited to hear the older stuff. And then he'd do maybe like 40 seconds of it. The shortest was Yonkers, to be fair. But then even
Yonkers
like Who
was
That
like
Boy.
The first verse.
Who That Boy, he just did the hook.
Oh, yeah.
And then did a little of the
First
verse.
drop.
And then that was it. Which is fine, because I get it. You're there to do the new record. And he put a lot into the image and the style, the moves, everything. So I get that. If I was an artist, I'd also go, you didn't see me on that tour.
And we actually forgot to compare it because we chatted afterwards, because I'm 95% sure that Kendrick Lamar did the same thing with Mr. Morale when we went, where I think he played 70-80% of the new album.
Yeah, maybe he did. I can't remember.
And again, I do think it was tough, really, wasn't it? Because as we walked out, we were like, I wanted to see more, like 2 Igor tunes.
Yeah.
3 maybe, weren't they?
No, it was 3 Igor, 2 Flower Boy.
Oh, shut. Like,
5 between our favourite album is horrible.
Hurts my heart. But I was also aware of that, like, again, he's not old. That artists like Kendrick and Tyler, as much as they're so instrumental to us, they ain't old enough to be dipping their new songs and playing all the hits.
No.
I've got to give them that, because if I was an artist and I was 35 like Tyler, the Creator or whatever, there's no way I'm binning off my new songs to play the hits.
Totally.
So I'm trying to view it more as I was grateful we got a minute of like Yonkers and some of the older tunes. Like that's the closest thing we're going to get to hearing Frank Ocean live.
It was.
Loved it.
And I belted it out like Celine Dion.
And I actually am glad that Tyler played Frank's bit and didn't even do his verse, because he was like, I know you'd all rather hear Frank's bit.
Well, also, he wants me to, so like for Earthquake, he didn't sing almost any of it.
No,
he was getting ready.
He
just kind of walked around, and I saw, because I've got a video of it, he puts a little cologne on, he kind of fixes what he's wearing and just lets the crowd take it and sing that song.
Cool.
Which is great, because what is better than, how big is it? 18,000?
It's like 20,300 or something.
20,000 people singing Earthquake, word for word.
And obviously, it's his biggest song, so it's the one that everybody knew.
It's the one everyone wants to hear.
And it kind of fit him having his moment in that little staged bit that was like the living room. He was obviously like, did you see he was even putting his shoes on and stuff?
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. And it also, on that note, fun fact, everyone didn't realise, well, loads of people don't realise, but I only looked into it recently. Co-op's the big new venue, as we were saying yesterday. Only got 300 more seats in the, I was going to call it the MEN Arena.
Is it 300 less than the AO Arena?
No, 300 more than the AO Arena.
Oh, you would never tell.
No, Co-op felt huge, didn't it?
Yeah.
But we were saying, like, you walk past the Manchester Arena and obviously it's part of the train station. You don't really see the building, whereas the Co-op was on its own. It looked
humongous.
like an actual arena, didn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's irrelevant. But it's so typical as well. We were a bit gutted we didn't get a video of it, but like, he made another comment about Manchester's weather.
Yeah, he did.
He loved the crowd. We've both posted something on TikTok of when he was doing What's Your Name, which is one of my actual underrated favourite songs of his. Like the whole middle of the crowd or the pit started getting on the floor and rowing.
So random.
And I just would, if I could ask Tyler, Creator anything right now, it would be like, sure, did you love that?
Did you see that? And did you think?
He would have loved that.
Yeah, I think so.
That really made me laugh.
You got
Only
to love
in Manchester.
Humour.
I know we think we're
But also,
we're
the fact that some person has managed to convince dozens and dozens and dozens of people around him. Sit on this.
There was a good 100 people that did it, to be fair, weren't they? Like,
sit on this manky floor now. Row, and everyone went, yeah, calm. Sick idea.
And do you know what's funny as well? I this is going to sound really pretentious, but because all those kids looked 13 in their mosh pits, I had a bit more respect from when they did that, because I thought you have to have seen the music video to know that needs to be rowed. Yeah. It's not like that big of a theme.
Yeah, true.
I thought, okay, I'll allow it. You definitely are actual fans.
Yeah, you are. But also big energy from him as well. We said from the start, from Yachty and everything.
Like Paris, Texas. So, like, they ain't going to see this, but shout out Paris, Texas. They've got a couple of tunes that I'd well, yeah, that's true. That I heard kind of last year. Like Heavy Metal was in my like top 5 tunes last year. What a tune. And they were the first support, weren't they? And like, we wanted to get down there early and see them. And those 3, they had way better energy than Lil Yachty. I was pretty disappointed in Lil Yachty. Yeah. But granted, I was also aware of that, like, I ain't his biggest fan. Yeah. I love a lot of his new stuff of the last like 4 years when he's been kind of doing some of the soul samples and like, obviously his kind of yacht rock stuff. I really am a big fan of. Yeah. But he was just a bit dead, wasn't he? Like, he just kind of walked around with his towel.
A lot of screeching. We were like, all right.
Oh, yeah, man.
That's just a bit.
Jesus Christ. And obviously the first half of his set, you couldn't tell when one song ended and when the other
started.
started.
He kind of just cut straight from one to the next one. It was almost like he's like trying to whittle through his set as quick as possible.
Yeah, totally.
So,
but that being said, like we said, that crowd went nuts for everybody.
They did. No, they did.
Really did.
Shout out to them.
But yeah, New Magic Wand, that was
one you were waiting on.
I was really devastated. I wasn't in them pits for that.
Yeah, that would have been a one to be in there for.
Yeah, totally. I mean, there were so many moments where the 808s, I felt like, I can't picture what the meme is, but you know when there's someone like that,
your heart's like rattling in your
getting
ribcage.
thrown backwards. Yeah, I felt like I was Katy Perry. Felt like I was Katy Perry going up to space.
Nice. Cultural reference.
We missed it.
We missed it. We couldn't. That's all we had to get in. Should we keep it moving? Because we got a lot to
Yeah, we're not
going to
get into it. But anyway, the other thing that we caught up on that's been huge in culture for the last month or two, what did me and you do, Liam, and finish an hour ago?
Well, for someone like Hannah, who is listening to this, waiting for this, we've been trying to go watch Sinners together for at least the last 2.5 weeks. I think that's when I watched it.
We booked tickets.
I'm trying to find time. We booked tickets, which we didn't manage to go on to refund them.
Yeah.
And today, because we had our guest drop out, we finally managed to go see it this afternoon. And Sam knew very little going in. He knew
intentionally
black people, vampires.
Yeah.
That was it, really.
I thought it was going to be Django vampires, basically.
I'm sold. I'm so sold on Django vampires.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, the point is, we went to watch it, and the second we came out, I went,
don't say a word.
Let's get on the tram. Let's go studio, because we did probably watch it less than an hour ago.
Literally.
Please go first, Sam, before I go.
Liam's been as
you don't say anything other than best man watch this year, I'm throwing the stadium. That's where my bar is at. But go on.
So for everyone that knows us, I'm hoping, obviously we're very lucky we've got some people that have bought into the show and what we do that like didn't know us prior. But anyone who does know us prior knows what Liam is like when he sees something he enjoys first.
This is so
and how
true.
much of like the opposite of a gatekeeper he is. He wants to show you, and he wants.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and he wants to watch your reaction for the whole thing, right? Yeah,
that the whole time.
So I am very conscious that I want to give Liam the perfect reaction he wants to see. Just to put you at ease, I loved it. It was fantastic, of course. And I could see. I could see him like
we would have cancelled this right now.
He were twitching like a crack addict then. I could see it.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing I thought was that was the best Tarantino film that he's never made. Like he is pissed that he didn't make that film.
It's a great way of putting it.
Like I can see why the likes of Tom Cruise and other major actors were like just going to their nearest cinema to see that film.
Kevin Bacon did the same with his wife. The little video was like, dear God, go watch that movie.
Totally. I think Ryan Coogler, people have got to put some more respect on his name, because we've seen a lot of, and not to just sound like we're trying to be allies or whatever, but they've seen a lot of people kind of diminishing the success of this film because he's a black director, kept putting the tag of black director on him, and how much money they've made as a black director when it's just made more money than every other film.
Just put him as director.
It's just been a fantastic film, been really successful.
Standalone.
You know, and obviously like, that pisses us off anyway, but the success of Black Panther and his other great hits, like we really need to start putting him up there now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean that more so because I, just like you, I'm so bored of like existing IP films getting rammed down our throats at the 100%. Moment. That there's nothing
sequels
more.
And remakes everywhere.
The film Sinners could have been 40% less quality of a film, and I still would have enjoyed it.
Yeah, because
of how original it was.
Really was. Never seen anything like it.
Never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it when a film feels like it's like, you know when you kind of look at your watch an hour and a half into a film and think, I don't know how long this is. Like, is it going to end any minute?
You never
now?
know when it's going.
Yeah,
but
and
you
it kept going. I loved that. I'm really excited to watch it again so I can digest stuff a lot more.
Definitely.
Because there was a couple of scenes where I was just trying to take everything in and spot all the hidden details.
Definitely.
And like blah, blah, blah. Like that means the particular scene that everybody's a big fan of, that whenever I saw on my socials, I was skipping past, but I knew it was that scene.
The montage, the music scene.
Yeah, and the big one shot.
Oh,
like, I was just kept trying to look at everything. Like, I want to watch it again. And obviously, just like you, I'm constantly trying to work out everything. I can't just fucking sit
You're good at that,
something.
though. You often call it. Although you thought in this one, this is the first time I watched a film for you where you said something, it was the total opposite.
Well, you say that, but I wasn't totally wrong.
No, you weren't totally wrong, but normally you'll guess the killer of a film 20 minutes in, and I've got a gaslight and you go, no, that guy isn't the killer. But
obviously, I knew there were vampires going in. That was the only thing I knew.
Is that still recording, by the way?
Yeah, it is. It always goes to that. Don't worry.
Go on.
But the first, I forgot his name. Is it Jack O'Connell?
Jack O'Connell. But Remick. He's the character's name. Remick.
When he ran across the field and he was like seething.
Yeah.
That was when I was like, he's the first vampire.
Yes.
So I knew that. And when
I've got so much lore to just throw at you when you're done.
So I know you're gonna. So give us a sec. So and then when he was trying to get into that place and he saw the Ku Klux Klan stuff in the background, That's when I thought, okay. But I was thinking,
I get the way, I can see why you
yeah.
got
So then I was thinking because, and then after they got Haley Steinfeld, and they turned her, I was thinking, is this like a whites versus black thing?
Totally.
Is it a case of they're turning vampires because they think vampires are elite or whatever?
Sure.
And then they feed on like black people or whatever. Because I was thinking they don't throw the Ku Klux Klan stuff.
Find it.
Oh my God. They
Find
don't throw that stuff at us
No.
unless that's a part of the vampire thing.
Totally.
But then obviously, spoiler alert, like the fact that when all the vampires share each other's memories and it turns out that the guy who sold them the club was part of the clan. Like, I thought that was really clever. Really enjoyed that. But yeah, I was constantly trying to work out more of a twist than there actually was, I think. So that's what I mean when I'm really excited to watch it again, because it was just a top film. The music was exceptional.
Oh, music alone, you could do an hour on as a musician.
Totally. You know the guy, the preacher boy, what his name is in real life, don't you? The actor.
No, I actually don't.
Because I'd seen lots of TikToks about him being like, and
he's a revolutionary for someone so young.
Such a unique voice as well.
His voice is so,
you know, when
aged.
they say it's more so with rappers really, but when you hear
Yeah.
a rapper's or a vocalist's voice, you just know what they're gonna like.
Definitely.
He was like really low, baritone voice, and then like his range was great. His voice was amazing.
Yeah,
but I'd seen loads of clips, and it's gonna really wind me up. Like, I can't remember what they were from, but he kind of got spotted a year or two ago, didn't he? A couple of years maybe. And Ryan Coogler was like, I like him.
He didn't think he was going to be a big part of this film. He thought he was going to do a little music.
Yeah.
It wasn't until he got the script that Ryan sent him.
So I've got to say, as an artist, like, for the success of that film, I'm really glad he got such a crucial...
Yeah, he got his shine. He got his
how often, without sounding really dramatic, and how often do we see someone that's unknown get a part in a film written pretty much for them?
Yeah.
That is purely off their talent.
100%.
Because let's be honest, it wasn't for his acting chops. You said it's his first acting role, isn't it?
Acting gig.
Very first acting role. He didn't get the job for his chops.
No.
No one else could have played that role. He played all of the parts live.
So well.
And not to be the annoying musician, but I could see, obviously, even if they overdubbed
it.
But he was definitely playing that guitar.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? His voice was exceptional. Like, no one could have done that. And to see a young artist get his flowers, who was otherwise unrecognisable before this film, really happy for that. That was really cool, actually. Definitely. And props to Ryan Coogler for doing that. And Warner Brothers, I guess, because that's a big risk to throw on. You know, and then getting the likes of Buddy Guy at the end, like, that was the way they tied that up with the scratch down this.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming. That was really cool. I mean, I really enjoyed it, but I'm just ready for you to just exert.
Well, that's what I mean, because such as you, like, to when you finish something as well, you go straight to YouTube and go
straight to new rock stars.
What's all the stuff that I missed in this film?
Yeah.
And go look, and it wasn't after I went, how did I miss all of that?
Yeah.
That was so obvious. First pointers on it, Remick, they said that now, so people worked out, and Ryan Coogler confirmed it, he's over 1,200 years old from Ireland. And the point was that they said
I got that from the coins.
Not only for the well spotted, but not only the coins, that he said that when Sammy was doing the Lord's Prayer at the end, and he said that those words were forced upon me, and he was talking about, someone
British
did this, the time for it, when they invaded Ireland, and to make them become Catholic, whatever, at that time, and that was 1,200 years ago. So we know he's been around since then, and he's actually not like a racist at all, because when he first goes to the door of those two white people, and the very first opening scene, he doesn't call them like Red Indians or whatever, like derogatory term. He uses, I think he says Chickasaw or whatever, but he uses the tribe, their actual name. And he isn't till he clocks the clan garms that he's like, okay, I need to pretend. I need to dial it up and be like, oh, these, dirty whatever's Indians, like they say, are trying to kill me. So and that's why also he's taken back when he says your clan, and he's like, sir, we don't believe in all that. Do you know what I mean? And he tries to. And
ironically, I don't know whether it was a vampire thing or not, but it was all like, we're all the same. Like,
but also because of the shared memory thing as well. Yeah, because he's seen all the black people. He's just recruited like 40 black people. So he will have. That's what I mean. He's feeling all their emotions and pain. So he fully understands that side. That's why he can't.
And obviously at that point, for me as a first viewer, I didn't know they could share each other's memories. Because I was trying, obviously, I don't watch a lot of like vampire stuff apart from What We Do in the Shadows, because all of the like vampire stuff that we get in pop culture in the last 20 years has been like Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Twilight Vampire
trash shit that I've never been a fan of. But what we do in the shadows is obviously riddled with vampire lore.
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
So the stuff like them they're not allowed to come into the
I was
buildings.
going to ask, did you know that? Because I only know that because Dan watches Vampire Diaries. So I was well aware.
Yeah.
When Mary pulls up to the door and was saying to Cornbread, you're going to let me in? He's like, sorry, Mary, come on in.
Yeah.
I knew then, this could be a big part of this movie.
Yeah.
That he's stuck in the doorway of that scene and not going to let him in.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I thought
it was when she did that, then I recalled
you were like,
Remick doing it the first time.
Yeah.
Because he was like, he wasn't asking for anything. He was just saying, let me in the house.
You just let me come in.
Yeah.
But they're saying as well how, and I didn't realise until they realised they shared memories. When he pulls up and they're singing Pick Boy, Robin
They all
Clean.
know the songs.
And they know the songs. I was like, that is so convenient that these two people know both how to play a banjo and also can sing. And obviously it's just, he knows how.
Yeah.
So when he gets them, they know how. Like if you're a vampire, you get bit, you bite me. I can now play keys. Do you know what I mean?
That's pretty sick.
Because I've just got your abilities
and
all your memories and everything has now been shared with me. So that's why he said, I was here for Sammy, because he wants Sammy's music, Sammy's abilities.
Yeah.
That's who I want, because he's
generational talent.
Generational talent, innit?
Yeah.
But, there's so many things. Also, I didn't realize this in the first time until someone had to point it out. But you know the 7 deadly sins that are in the Bible, like lust, gluttony, whatever?
Yeah.
Each of them are displayed in one of the characters. So like Perline, you know Sammy's girl, the one who was singing, she's lust.
Well,
Smoke is obviously...
cheating on her husband.
Yeah. Smoke is... I can't even remember any of the 7 deadly sins. But because his whole thing is power.
Yeah.
And then
greed. Is it not greed?
Yeah, it'd be greed. And then Slim was gluttony, because obviously he's drinking so much, whatever.
Yeah.
So they all perfectly represent one of the 7 deadly sins, hence why it's obviously called Sinners.
Yeah.
And fits that so perfectly.
Imagery.
Also, the very first scene that you see Remick, when he comes into the frame from above, like he drops in from the sky below. And they were saying how in the Bible, he's saying when Luther was cast out, because he was the Lord of like music, that was his bag, whatever.
But he came from heaven,
He came down from heaven and was cast down, and said that was meant to sort of, what's the word? Symbolize that. He was falling down like he was cast out of heaven. And obviously then the same reason why he's meant to lure with music like the devil did. That's what Remick's whole bag was. And he did a phenomenal job. And you know the scene when he's doing, what's the song called? No Country to Dublin, No Something to Dublin? Rocky Road to Dublin.
I was going to say it,
Yeah, when he's doing that one, he's all around him and he's singing and he's dancing. I was like, dear God, he's putting the work.
Yeah.
When I interviewed afterwards, he said he couldn't believe his luck, because he said he's been singing those Irish songs in pubs all his life. And he said he also did Irish dancing when he was a kid. He was like, this was made for me.
Well, I will say not to like preach Irish culture to you, having Irish blood.
But please, as someone who's been in an Irish band for a long time and played Irish songs, please go ahead.
Very long story short, I always have a running joke that, my grandma's mum was from Mayo. And obviously people cling on
Short
to
for mayonnaise.
Yeah, exactly. Irish people don't like how people cling on to their Irish heritage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, for the last 10 years, I've been playing all the Irish scene. So I've had so much lore just thrown at me.
Of course.
Well, anyway, shout out Joe Keegan. Did you know he was like top 10 in the world for Irish dancing when he was a kid?
This I did not know.
No.
That's pretty
but
interesting.
The point being is like, it's a big part of their culture.
Yeah.
That all of the kids do Irish dancing when they're growing up.
Has he seen this movie? Because you need to call him and like
I 100% will be telling him to see this.
You should go watch it with him.
Yeah, and actually that reminds me, I was going to say, I really liked how, first of all, I was watching the film going like, again, not to sound like cringe or anything, but I'm really loving in the last like 5 years that like there's enough kind of pull for different cultures to make films about their culture.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, props to Black Panther, because like, I actually thought, this is kind of like sacrilege this, but I actually thought the Black Panther first film was well overrated as a film. But what was so insanely like powerful was obviously since that film came out, there's been insane stuff for the culture getting represented. That's great. But what I really enjoyed with this film was that like that at that point in America, obviously like loads of Far East Asians built all the railways and everything.
Right.
You know, like it wasn't just a lot of black culture. There was all sorts of like, well, let's call them immigrant culture at the time in America, you know, like Chinese, and there was And that scene, the one-shot scene, when they obviously go back in time and forward in time and what happened in the culture and stuff. But then there was even like Chinese dancers and stuff.
Yeah,
in
there was. Yeah,
but I thought that was really sick because obviously going into that film, you wouldn't expect it to be loads about Irish culture, loads about Chinese culture. There was there was so
I don't
much.
Think there'd be any
it was representative of America at the time,
definitely,
and not just like
as a melting pot of loads.
I thought it was insane. Stuff. It was really good, and that's on cringe. Exactly what probably America needs to watch right now, isn't it? But
no, that's not cringe at all. That's bang on. But I think that's why it's having a good reception for it, because a lot of people are, and certainly a lot of older people would have had parents or grandparents who grew up in this time and will remember a lot of this stuff. Yeah, loosely, I guess, grandparents wise. But
but like, I mean, it's not as far away as we think, is it?
No, it's not.
That film's based like less than 100 years ago, and we're looking at it like it's an unrecognizable time. Yeah. There's people still alive that were around at that time. Do you know what I mean? Literally. It's not that far away.
One other thing as well on it that you would not have noticed at all. Yeah. Well, maybe you did actually, but you didn't mention it yet, so I don't know, maybe if you didn't. The very end scene in 96 or whatever, when you see them pull up into Sammy's bar that he owns, on the mirror, you don't see Stack and Mary in the mirror because they're vampires, but you also don't see Sammy in the mirror as well.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So Sammy, we know, didn't get bit at the end.
And he's old as fuck.
And he's old, but the point is
unless he got bit last week, like...
Yeah, but...
Unless he got bit the week before.
Oh, no, but listen...
He wouldn't age, would he, if he was a vampire?
The point was as well that even though he didn't get bit, we know that he chose the music. Yeah. And the point is that, remember at the end... Well, hold on, yes. Well spotted, but when he pulls up to the church at the end, he doesn't come in until his dad says, come in.
Oh, shit.
So he stays behind, even though he's not been bitten, because he's chosen the music, and his dad said, you need to let go of this music. Yeah. Because the devil's going to tap you on the shoulder. Yeah. And it's saying, you know that, I've heard Ryan Coogler talk about this exact story, because you'll know it as well, about that famous story of the first person to like sell their soul to the devil. I can't remember his name, but he was a guitar player in the 50s, whatever.
Oh, God, I know exactly
you know what I mean? And he's at a crossroads, and he was famously known as someone who could not play guitar, but he loved
Tenacious
music.
D?
Yes, Tenacious D, yeah. Well, I guess they do a whole thing on that, don't they? Yeah. But he sells his soul to the devil, and the next day he goes into the town, and he plays guitar better than anyone ever seen. And he's saying that he said, you can have my soul, but and you'll get this talent as a partner for it. And they're saying that's basically what happened in this film.
Well, there's also stuff Sammy based on Chuck Berry, that kind of thing, isn't there?
Yeah. So it's saying that he obviously chose the music. Yeah. And at the end, that final scene where he's playing guitar in the church and he looks up, that's meant to be him looking at the devil and choosing that life.
Interesting.
And that's why he had so much success afterwards. I mean, he was already wicked talented, but he chose it. And that's why at the end, Stack and Mary don't kill him, because he's already on like the dark side, so to speak. Yeah. Even though he's not a vampire,
but he's not seen because the devil still Smoke that he wasn't gonna.
He did,
touch
but
him anyway.
They said that was the kind of Ryan said that was the subtext underneath it, that he's already with the devil because he chose music. He didn't go with what his dad said. Yeah, and he said, "I'm holding on to this guitar."
I also liked how he kind of hinted that the reason he chose that life because before it all went tits up, for those few hours was the happiest he'd ever been. Yeah, and he kind of was alluding that I'd rather live those moments. Yeah. Which is a slippery slope. That's music, man. That's music, man.
That's a slippery slope. But they know that as well. Even if that didn't happen, that whole night didn't happen, they're all going to get killed in the morning anyway.
That's what I really love, that detail. Yeah.
Because the clan was going to show up in the morning and gun them all down anyway. Yeah. So it's almost like they were already marked for death. Yeah. And that was going to happen. And there was loads of little things like I noticed where Sammy and Stack are driving there. And he says, can I drive? And he goes, I'll let you drive on the way back. And obviously he does drive on the way back because
he's on his own.
Because he's on his own and Stack's dead and Smoke's gone. Also, it was a lot easier the second run now to remember everyone's names. And also, it's so hard. Maybe it's just my English ear.
Smoke and Stack the right way around.
Maybe it's my English ear to try and understand sometimes what is being said. Where there's whole conversations where, especially where Slim...
It's because we're all used to subtitles now. I used to hate watching films with subtitles. Now I can't do it without them.
But like when Slim was telling his story, I was like, the first time, like, I don't even know what he's talking about because it's
deep
so,
South lingo in it.
It really is. And the scene when he goes back to...
Did he call him a bayou bitch or something at one point?
It's when he first goes back to his...
Bayou bullshit, sorry.
Bayou bullshit is what it was. Yeah. When he first goes back to his kid's grave. Yeah. And I was like, is this his like older sister? It wasn't obviously till they get, down, then you're like, oh, this is obviously not his sister. I mean, they're in the South, so they're moving a bit mad, but it's clear then. Also,
can I say one thing?
Go quick.
Because I thought there was lots of imagery when in the lovemaking and the lust scenes of biting. And that's one thing I spotted a few times.
You're a little bit of a... There was actually,
but just the vampire imagery, because they were every time they ever showed anything like that, there was biting of the neck and the ears.
Yeah, no, that's a good point actually.
But go on.
But one thing I did notice in the cinema at the time is at the end when he sat on the floor and I can't remember what his missus' name is called.
B15 from TVA.
That's the one. When she's breastfeeding the kid and she says, "Put out that cig because I don't want to get any smoke on him." She isn't saying the smoke this. She's saying your character as Smoke, because his name's Elijah. He's basically saying...
she calls him Elijah in that sentence.
She calls him Elijah. I don't know if she calls him Smoke for the film. I think she calls him Elijah, but she calls Stack.
Right, yeah.
The red hat one.
Yeah.
But I think the point is that she was basically saying, like, I don't want this character of Smoke on our baby.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which I love because that's so clever that it's not just saying about the fag, the cigarette for any American listeners.
just
say
it's what we call cigarettes.
It's more about the actual character of Smoke, which I just thought was so brilliant.
Totally.
And the audio in the background as well. I've already been listening to this whole soundtrack and score non-stop because it's beautiful.
I don't normally go back and listen to scores like that, but there's
some bits you're like, I need to find that.
Well, it was more just, it was just sprinkled with all so many genres and that melting pot of cultures that I will go back.
But also just the sounds as well on that, where I like how it just wasn't sounds at the time. So there's a lot of obviously acoustic guitar and stuff.
Yeah.
But then the bit when the barn goes up in flames and stuff, and apart from the electric guitar...
Sorry, the imagery of that bit, we said I turned to you at the time, didn't we?
Yeah.
When they were all still partying, but the house was burning down. And even like...
The vampires watching.
What was he called? Smudge or whatever, the guy that was at the door.
Smudge?
What was he called?
Cornbread.
I thought it was Smidge or something like that. He was like still watching the front door, like whatever.
Yeah.
But when the like the West Coast, 808s with the little cowbell in the 808s.
Yeah.
The NWA kind of cowbell.
And those guys like throwing
beats.
dice and playing roulette and girls shaking Batty in the kitchen and that as well. Like, it was so good. But my jaw dropped when the electric guitar comes in because it builds up in this massive crescendo.
Yeah.
Sounds beautiful. And you're like, that's great. And then a guy from Earth, Wind and Fire, he looks like, I think it's what he's meant to be based on, just rips
he looked like Bootsy Collins, didn't he?
I don't know who Bootsy Collins is, but...
You do know who Bootsy Collins.
If you showed me a picture, I probably would.
The guy that then came back for all of the smoking out the window stuff, the Silk Sonic stuff.
Oh, that's who it is.
You know that it's all real funky.
That'll be it. That'll probably be it. But that
big purple glasses.
Yeah. But when they cut back, there was a lot of more modern, and there was a sound that reminded me, ironically, of Yeezus, because there was a sound that sounded so modern.
It's the 808s. It's the 808s. It was the electric drums.
And then when Remick comes back into the building, he goes, "Sammy."
Yeah, that was. And
it's that heavy.
I actually laughed then. Yeah,
it's the heavy, like grungy
distorted
guitar that plays.
There was lots of imagery from just like gothic vampire stuff anyway. Definitely. In the music, like whenever they, just general horror film stuff. Whenever a vampire had a moment, there'd be like a real, in the music.
But after this, now Jack O'Connell needs bags of roles and offers. I imagine.
Well, guess what his next big film is?
Well, you said he was in
28 Years Later.
He's in 28 Years Later.
That's what it said on Google.
Oh, I'm not seeing any of the
I'm
trailers.
90% sure I remember that.
Well, either way though,
he's got a few films coming.
Top tier actor in this.
Yeah,
and I think it's good that they cast someone who, especially to Americans, will not have a clue about.
Yeah.
And mostly to a lot of Brits.
He's a bit of a niche British actor though, isn't he?
I would say.
I mean, like you're saying, like Danielle loves him off Misfits. There's a whole generation of people that love him from a show that's not been out for 10,
forever.
15
but
years.
Everyone else in that show, like Dev Patel, Oscar award-winning actor, Daniel Kaluuya, Oscar-winning actor.
Yeah.
There was loads of other actors in that show who I'm all forgetting now, who've gone on to have massive careers. Nicholas Hoult, who've had massive careers, and he hasn't, but until this. And, my brain is an encyclopedia of actors' names. That's like my go-to category in quizzes.
And not where you put your keys.
And not where I put my keys, for sure. And I was like, I didn't know really of him. And I was so astounded. I just knew he was British.
Yeah.
A lot of Brits in this film do great American accents.
Oh,
well,
they always say, don't they, the Brits can do American accents, but Americans can't do British accents.
Like Delroy Linder, the guy who plays...
the harmonica dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His voice and everything. Slim, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
His voice and everything. He's so well spoken as an articulate English gentleman.
What, in everything else he does?
In everything else I've seen him in. That. And then this...
I couldn't picture... Can you tell me what other things I would know him in? Because I knew his face so well.
You might have seen him most famously. He's in an interview where a white guy's complaining that he can't say the N-word. And he's like, so say it.
Is it him?
That's that guy.
Is he that so
He's
say
that
it
guy.
then?
He's like,
no
so say it.
way.
He's like, I'll say it with you. And he goes, I'm not going to say it. He goes, say it. You want to say it, so I'd say it.
Yeah.
That's like most famous. I thought you would just come to mind. But
he was giving me a Danny Glover vibe with his attitude. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that's fair.
And that generation of like...
Yeah. Danny Glover's probably a little older than him now. An American, but
yeah.
But really, there's nothing else I could say apart. I'm sure that's all the lore that I've got for it. That Remic's 12 years old. 1,200 years old.
Yeah.
And people saying, we need a Remic origin story. I mean, you've got 1,200 years of him.
I was curious
whether... I would love to see that.
There was a point...
Because I've seen people who are asking Ryan saying, dear God, give us a prequel. And he was like, I'm not really thinking about it, so...
I liked... There was a point in the film where I thought, setting up for a sequel here. And it was when he sends Sammy off back to the church at the end, and he pulls out the crate of his old war weaponry. There was a point where I thought, so a second one coming in, he's going to go and hunt all the vampires or whatever. But I actually thought it was really, not only was it a really cool scene, but just like to bookend it a little bit when all the clan people were going to turn up and then think they were going to clear everyone out, and he just fucking butchers them all. That was sick.
It was very cool.
But the way he did it and then gets to, well, not gets to die, but then gets to like join his baby and his girl and all that. But there was a point where I thought, is it going to be sequel time? But this is the kind of thing I'd trust Ryan Coogler to not just like take a fat check to make some kind of like either sequel or prequel. But if they were going to do it, I would rather a prequel than a sequel.
A prequel would be essential, but also,
or at least in that world. Do you know what I mean?
Now he's established. They can't go out daytime, kill by wooden stakes.
Yeah.
And they invited in. I think he's a good enough writer where he could create something insanely good. And I don't even need like a Remic origin story of whatever he was, a farmer, whatever before. Just give us him, different scenario, different place. There's enough time.
Well, even if it's like the Cloverfield kind of lore,
where
they're really not sequels.
No,
but
they're
it's
just
the same
adjacent
universe.
stories. No, that
Have you seen that guy going around TikTok at the moment that's been talking about the Cloverfield lore?
No.
Kind of blew my mind a little bit because I think I've seen them all.
I've seen them all.
But he was talking about, because obviously it's J.J. Abrams in it.
Yeah, it is.
Like they're all parallel universes and stuff. And the one that had Chris O'Dowd and all those.
The one in space.
Yeah.
That's the last one.
Like it's just all this crazy stuff that I would have never even considered.
Yeah.
That there was so much hidden lore to the Cloverfield film.
No,
because you not think that they were like, I really enjoyed 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
And obviously the original one, Cloverfield, is like, I think it's pretty iconic.
I'm surprised you've even seen 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah, it's a great film.
Great film, but it's not a scary horror.
No, but I don't like just like horror films that are just about horror.
You like a horror film like that?
Yeah,
it's a dark story.
Yeah,
isn't. I mean, I say that the first.
I love an alien.
2 minutes. I remembered when it started. There's two massive jump scares when he's in the church out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's going to definitely just.
If I'd have not known that it was vampires, I would have pissed on my seat.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought you'd jump at the bit, especially when Cornbread's like asking for his money.
Oh, and then he jumps for his arm,
and then he reaches out and he's like, because there's also a very loud like screech. I think you knew it was coming.
This is what I mean. Like, I am a bit of a pussy with horror films, but I'm not like bear jumpy and like terrified.
I'm not saying you are.
No, I just genuinely don't see the appeal to watching films just to be scared.
No, I hear
But that's
that.
only like people love roller coasters because they chase that feeling. Like,
totally.
I'll go on a roller coaster, but like, I ain't paying £100 to go on towers. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But yeah, fantastic film.
Yeah.
I don't really know what else there is to say on that.
I don't know either. I think what you need to
I
do...
will say, sorry to interrupt, but you getting to see that and Thunderbolts in one day, I'm very envious of that 24 hours.
Back to back.
Because obviously we've missed
bangers.
Thunderbolts.
Rarely I'll ever see back-to-back bangers like that.
The MCU is back. You watched an original IP and just an original film.
Went to go get some good food.
Both
had
brilliant.
a nice chat about it. Went to go see Sinners and went, my God, those are two good films.
Totally.
So what rating are you putting that for your letterbox though, that movie? Because I'm sure you're going to put like War and Peace for a...
Well, it's more a case of like, when I first got Letterboxd, so as we know, Liam makes lists for everything. Letterboxd is his wet dream.
Yeah.
the first thing I did was I sat there for about an hour when I first got Letterboxd and went through all my favourite films, just giving them all 5 stars. But then I'm trying to be a little bit more...
Yeah, you've got to be more precious with them.
I can't just give anything a 5 star.
No, I rarely give out 5 stars.
But I think I'd want to watch it twice before I do a
smart.
rating.
I think you'll enjoy it. I mean, you should go with Lils because I think she would really want to watch it.
Yeah.
And you can do what I did.
First half, I was thinking, you know, because I knew you'd seen it and the end was amazing. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
It was halfway. I was thinking, this is a slow burner. This.
There's a, you know what?
I was enjoying the world building.
Yeah, there's a big build.
Yeah.
And then the second they've gone and got.
It was second Remick turned up.
The second Remick turned up, I was like,
the film starts
I turned to
now.
you, was like, now we've begun.
Yeah.
You need all that stuff so you know who they are.
And I like a world building. I like world building. I was not going to complain.
No, sure.
But in that moment, I thought, Lils is really going to take a tough sell on this.
Oh, really?
But
do you
then
should be watching it
changed.
like, okay, he's got to get the sign made.
Well, she'd just be like, what's happening?
Fair. But I think if you can go, shut up and listen and watch it, I think at that point, like I said, for me, it's so much more enjoyable the second time. And like I said, I could really listen to what was going on, hear the music differently.
I'd want to seep in all of the actual lore and details of the film. Because like I said, because I knew there was vampires coming, it was... Considering that was the only detail I know, I almost wish I didn't know it as well because I was just constantly trying to work out like...
Who's going to be going...
Yeah, and it was more a case of like, you know, when you get something like vampires or some kind of mythic beast that you know about through other things in culture, you're always trying to work out like... What's the special thing about these? Are they just vampires? What's the other twist? You know, like that's why I was constantly trying to think: is there a clan element to it? Are they racist vampires? Are they like, you know?
Well, I
honestly thought at one point it was going to be like the clan are vampires. You know,
that would have been a good twist, but
I thought they were just hunting people of color. I don't know, like because again, that's what I mean. The point where before. I was going to call him Smidge again.
Smidge, cornbread.
Before they turned him, we hadn't seen them turn any black people.
No, it's a good point.
And at that point...
you went, I heard you audibly go, they're turning.
Yeah. So they're not like, you know, they ain't picky, you know.
Yeah.
But there was a point where they still, the Chinese couple are still in there.
Yeah.
And it was before they turned the dad, the husband. I was thinking like, they ain't black, they ain't white. Are they going to go for them? You know, when I was still thinking that they're trying to just pick them. Because I thought there was going to be some kind of race element to it. But well, to be fair, it was better that it wasn't. Because like you said, the memory thing of them having understanding of each other's culture.
He was almost...
That was a lot cleverer.
Sympathetic. When he says to Mary...
It'd have been a bit tacky, wouldn't it? Let's be honest.
It would have been a bit cheap. If they're just villains
black people.
If they're just villains for villain's sake, it's no depth. But because when he said
Clan vampires is a bit like... It's like Sharknado vibes, isn't it?
Very much so. But when he was said to Mary, when she said he buried her mother yesterday, and he was like, I really wish I could have saved her. You don't get the sense he's being facetious.
Nice.
Word of the day, thank you.
Yeah.
He was actually meaning like, I really wish I could have given her eternal life.
Yeah,
so he was actually...
Because they believed, didn't they, that that's what whoever they turned, they were like enlightening.
Exactly that.
And
what made it better, that it was not like he was doing it because he wanted to scran humans and be evil. His thing was more, I'm at peace, I'm really happy.
Yeah.
I want that for you as well because you're hurted. That's what made it so great because he was like, I'm gonna save you. And
and he meant it. I think he meant it. And the thing is, like with the TVA girl, I'm just going to call her TVA girl.
I can't remember
I'm
her
really
name
sorry,
either.
I can't remember her name. And she was actually really, really good in this film
excellent
as well. That's the first like major role I'd seen her in, and she was fantastic. But when she was kind of talking about like vampires are different, like their soul is there, but it's kind of trapped.
Yeah.
Like I still couldn't really grasp until the last scene when it was in the 90s.
Yeah.
But are they really themselves?
Yeah.
And if they were, sign me up. I'd love to be a vampire like that.
You be careful now.
I would.
You be careful.
I ain't go signing any devil deals. Don't you worry about that.
Good.
But I just mean like if you could turn all your loved ones.
I totally get that. No pain.
There's the whole point
forever.
of like Wolverine and other characters we know that have lived forever. Yeah. They're always lonely as hell.
True.
But like you watch What We Do in the Shadows, he fucking turns his wife, just him and his wife living forever. That'd be sick.
It's very true.
I'd love that.
I wouldn't love that, but I hear what you're saying.
If they retain themselves. That's what I meant.
No, I totally get that. And there's one more thing I was going to say on it. But yeah, just go I mean, it's not in cinema for much longer. So I'd say when you and Lils can.
Yeah.
But when you're both off on certain days, you've got to go together.
It's tough now because I want to watch Thunderbolts again. My mum and family want to watch that.
Oh, it's already
I know it's
streaming.
pretty much all going, isn't it? So so that maybe that solves that one. But I really want to see Mission Impossible. I'm a sucker for the Mission Impossible
Riz was
films.
actually asking, saying, can we go watch it? So do you want to watch it together?
Absolutely.
Sick, we'll give him a message.
But I've been rewatching them with Lils and she's actually loved them. Because obviously Lils is a filmmaker, like people can have opinions on the Mission Impossible films, but when it comes to action,
they're excellent.
And I know Tom Cruise, we've spoke many times about that man is a fishy character, but he is Mr. Action.
He does good movies.
But he's Mr. Action.
No one runs like Tom Cruise can run.
He's just elite, isn't he? Like, I know how many times have we said it's so hard to know that he's got that weird side to him because I really want to love him so much.
Yeah, we just got to love we separate the man from the art. Hence why we've still got Kanye up in this studio.
That's separate man from the art. Tom Cruise is like...
What's your favourite Mission Impossible? Can we say it at the same time?
There's two I'm not going to split.
Go on.
It's Rogue Nation and Ghost Protocol.
Ghost Protocol's my favourite.
Ghost Protocol, let's be honest, it's probably the best one. But Rogue Nation's the one with the Henry Cavill fight scene. Yeah. And that's one of the best. I walked out going, I don't think I'll ever see a better fight scene in my life.
Have you seen, and it's on the trailer, and I don't understand how no one picked it up until I saw a YouTube channel cover it. The scene where he's in the bathroom and he like cocks his fists. Yeah. That's a split shot. He's wearing a jacket. He's got a tip pocket going on the other frame he doesn't. That one shot they cut together. I don't know why. His beard's even a little bit longer in one of them.
I'm telling you, after
this, go back.
Because that's one of the most iconic little like...
Google Henry Cavill arm reload or whatever and go slow and you'll see, I don't know how they did it so seamlessly. Didn't go, let's shoot it again. He goes at that. His beard's either a little longer or shorter and his pocket disappears.
Sure it's not him flicking and he's like hair knocking about?
It'll blow your mind when you see it. It's so mad.
Well, that's going to really break my heart because that's one of the, like... Yeah. That was the moment where I thought Henry Cavill can play...
It's very cool.
Like... Yeah. He's not the spim spam, like, clean polished Superman guy and everything.
No, he can play someone a little tougher.
You know, at that point I thought, actually, I think he could play Bond very well.
Yeah, but they shoot it though. They shoot it very carefully where it doesn't look like he's like a foot and a half taller.
Yeah.
Because there's a bigger height disparity between them two than me and you.
Yeah.
Because Tom Cruise is probably a little bit taller than you, but Cavill's definitely an inch.
I don't know if he is, you know. I think
he might
Tom
not
Cruise
even be.
Is like 5'5", 4'4".
But Cavill's like, I think he's 6'3". Do you know what I mean?
Cavill is a god of a man.
He is. Bloody gorgeous.
And do you know, even though it would be kind of...
No pause.
Yeah. Even though it would be almost cliche for him to be James Bond.
It is.
It really is.
Who else is going to do it?
I'd fucking love to see it.
Who else could do it?
It's got to be someone like...
before he gets too old.
I just hope it doesn't go to like Aaron Taylor-Johnson or someone now. I really do. He would be good, but like, I'd rather give... Daniel Craig at the time was a bit of a niche actor.
Yeah.
You know, he had like some pretty cult classic films, but like, I'd want someone like that. And all of the people that I would love to see Bond right now are all too old.
Yeah.
For me. But anyway.
Should we move it on then?
Let's move it on. Can we just quickly have a little chat about Thunderbolts?
Check what time we're on, and then let's have a little chat about Thunderbolts first. I'm sure we're on like... You've just blocked my shot. Okay, that's all right. Am I still good on this one? We ain't cutting any of this out for the sake of effort, so
you're all good.
I hope you enjoyed this.
No, that's absolutely fine. Let's have just a couple of minutes because, and the reason I'm saying this is because I know we were going to avoid touching on stuff that we'd missed because we missed so much.
Pause.
That's it again.
Go on.
But the MCU is back.
The MCU is back, baby.
We've missed like.
But the someone did a chart for it. The MCU since Endgame has been on, off, good, bad, good, bad. We're due for Fantastic Four to be bad.
It can't be.
No, it can't be. I think this is the one that breaks it. I do think this is the one that breaks it.
Yeah.
And I hate how this has made very little money though.
It pisses me off. Do you know what it reminds me of?
Because they're pulling out of cinemas because it's not performing well enough, and that really annoys me.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Do you remember after the Star Wars newest trilogy?
Yeah.
Where it was that garbage.
Yeah.
That they made the Han Solo film.
Yeah.
And it flopped.
Yeah.
Nobody saw it. But it was fucking brilliant.
Great movie.
That's what it reminds me of. And that's the reason
Loads
why...
of my favourite movies didn't make any money in the box office.
But that's the reason why we got the Obi-Wan series so late.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be a film.
Yeah.
And it nearly got cancelled.
Yeah.
But that's why, because that Han Solo film, I mean, the stuff they were setting up for Darth Maul and all, it would have been sick.
Would have been.
It actually would have been sick. And that and Rogue One are two of the best things that Star Wars have done since Disney bought it. And they're probably two of the lowest performing financially, grossing wise.
Definitely.
But anyway, it reminded me of that. It was like, the MCU's back and nobody watched it.
Yeah. We've never seen such interesting topics covered like mental health.
Yeah.
We're done in such a good way. I know MCU gets a lot of slack.
I don't know, you know. I think one thing that Lils has brought to light a little bit more for me, and me watching it again second time, everything with her.
Yeah.
I've always thought the MCU tackles grief incredibly well.
Grief, I would say, that's a good point.
And a lot of like mental health stuff. I mean, you got to think like in Iron Man 2 or 3, I think it was. Fucking Tony Stark's having panic attacks.
It's true. This is a good point.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think I've always thought they've actually done really well at that. And Wanda, the stuff that, like, Wanda's mental health and stuff, fantastic.
Fair. That's fair.
But obviously, for the whole film
Vision,
to be about something as complex as effectively bipolar.
It is, but it's also that none of them, they all feel like they weren't good enough or they missed the mark.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point, that they're misfits.
They all had the skeletons, didn't they?
Yeah, they've done bad things. They all thought they were bad people.
Yeah. And the fact that only people around you can get you out of that, you can't get your, like, self out of it.
No, true. But I think it's well that they just had they're all written with such good depth. I think the MCU gets a lot of slack because they know a lot of the male-dominated audience hates to see women as their protagonists.
Yeah.
But
she was fucking brilliant.
She was excellent. But I've seen this, that people are saying it's not that they're women. I don't believe this. They're saying it's not that they're women, it's that they're poorly written women. They said, we don't care about...
Well, that's always been a problem, innit?
Bad.
Yeah.
It's that
the character was poorly written.
Well,
that's the classic though, isn't it? Because the She-Wolf, I was going to call it.
Yeah.
She-Hulk in the comics, she's one of the biggest characters, She-Hulk. I remember growing up and She-Hulk was everywhere.
Right.
But it was the character in the series that was shit.
Yeah.
And let's be real, like, that's been a classic thing in cinema for the last 50 years. They always write women to be the damsel in distress or whatever. Yeah. So it's classic, really. So, and I think Yelena's character was kind of a nice continuation of the success of Black Widow, because when Black Widow first came in, she was a little bit of I don't even know what the word is for it, but like the pretty girl in the film.
She definitely was used for that reason.
And it was a bit cheesy and a bit lame.
They definitely were using that.
She was that much of a lovable character. She had a bit of everything.
Into scraps, hair blown out, done, with a half zip thing on.
Exactly.
In stilettos. She's boxing guys.
Exactly.
Kicking, having fights.
But it felt like Yelena
took
the best bits of Black Widow and left the cringe bits. Yeah. And I loved that.
Definitely.
But,
all the fight scenes we said in this, beautifully choreographed.
Brilliant. And again, because they were so real, and obviously they made jokes about the all punch and stuff. Yeah. But that one scene with Sentry where they all fight, Sentry in Avengers Tower used to be.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. And I've never felt, even when Thanos had the full glove, I still think that scene with Sentry's the first time I ever thought,
he's unstoppable.
Run away, people. He's unstoppable.
Yeah.
Because even
if they had the golden tree, Cap, Iron Man, Thor. They're not doing anything to him.
Which is another clever thing why I think they were saying the importance of Thor coming back, because I think Thor's the only one who's got a chance.
He would be, because if he throws Mjolnir at him, he can't stop it. But
no,
then if he's got his little shield
won't he, I guess.
Would it just push him until if he moves away?
I don't know. But the other thing I was thinking as well is when you were talking about how clever the characters are. I mean, it's classic, innit? One thing I want to acknowledge is since the writers' strikes and Kevin Feige went into every office that was doing all the projects and went, stop, fucking reshoot that, and basically realised how trash everything was and said, right, pause everything. We're bringing out less stuff and we're going to make it all better.
Yeah.
Since that has happened, Daredevil's come out.
Yeah,
was the best series we've seen in a while.
Twas.
Absolutely exceptional.
Yeah.
And even though you could tell a couple of times where you could see where the reshoots were, they were brilliant. Like the Banks heist scene, that was clearly irrelevant almost to the story that we'd seen in the reshoot.
We just wanted a cool episode.
But was such a sick episode.
Yeah, it was.
And obviously we got the brutalness and just the R-rated elements that we didn't think we were going to get.
No.
Fantastic. And then Thunderbolts. They're the two best things we've seen in the MCU for ages.
100%.
So I think we're on a good run. Fantastic Four looks amazing. It really does look like it's going to be amazing. But it does kind of hold the balance really, because it's the last film before Doomsday, and we're all feeling so nervous about how much we trust Doomsday's capability of being as good as the Endgame and Infinity War and all that. But one thing I will say is that taking more time to actually perfect the character. John Walker, who thought we were going to come out of that film with John Walker being a fantastic character?
Yeah, he was.
And
and actually likable as well.
Likable. And I saw a few podcasts talking about it recently, about this is the problem with what the MCU's in at the moment, but I don't want to dig at it too much because we're in that situation and it's more how they're going to cope with getting out of it. But when we went into Infinity War, Captain America, let's say, was in so many projects and Iron Man was in so many projects, blah, blah, blah. But Captain America now, Sam Wilson, he's been in Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the Captain America film in the last 6 years.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to lead the Avengers. We're going to go into the next Avengers film with no Avengers.
Yeah.
Other than obviously the new Avengers.
The one that's starting.
And I've got more of a tie now to John Walker than I do Sam Wilson.
Yeah.
I don't really... I actually enjoyed the Captain America film. It wasn't perfect, but I thought Sam Wilson was great in it.
Yeah.
But like, I feel more of a connection to those Thunderbolts characters than I do to some of the main characters for the.
I totally agree.
So there's still a lot of work to go.
Yeah.
And I'm obviously, as we're recording this, it's been pushed back a lot, hasn't it? And I'm pretty relieved by that. As we were saying last night, like, always make us wait and make it better. Totally, I'll wait for that.
Is it mad at the end of Thunderbolts? He kept the taco shield. When
I want that explaining.
And then at the end, when they see them in the new suits, he's still got the bent shield. Why?
But it's not like it's vibranium, and he's like, "Well, I need to still use it."
Get him a
That's
new
a
shield.
god awful shield. What's it going to do?
It's not going to do anything because it's just it's a curved shield.
I don't know whether it was to add to the element of the fact that they're clearly a joke.
Maybe.
Because I've got to say,
because how's he even throwing that? It won't go anywhere.
It's like a fucking boomerang, isn't it? Maybe it would, because it's a boomerang.
Maybe it would.
But I do like how apparently Kevin Feige went in and was like, we need to make a point of the fact that no one's going to take these seriously as the new Avengers.
Yeah.
So that whole credits of them kind of being a laughing stock.
Yeah.
I really thought did the film a favour, because I'm not being funny, I don't know about you. If the last thing was ending on these being the Avengers, I'd have gone, no, not having that. I'd have thrown my phone on the floor and be like, you've just cheapened the whole thing.
Sure.
But then the way they did that, I thought very clever.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah.
And I've got lots of theories of who is on that Fantastic Four jet.
Oh yeah, I've seen these. I think we should get to those close to the time.
I agree.
Close to the time.
But just a little curveball this early. With no explanation, who do you think it is?
Well, I saw someone say that it might just be Franklin. They're trying to get him away from Galactus, which would make total sense.
Yeah. I think it's too predictable for it to just be the four.
Maybe. Yeah, they might have done.
And also, I know from the trailer alone, we can see that basically it's going to go tits up for the Fantastic Four.
They are not winning.
But surely they wouldn't just whack the Fantastic Four in the end credits scene.
Yeah, they're going to go, right.
Yeah.
Let's dip because we're not winning this. Yeah. He's massive.
Totally.
We're out.
And for Sue to be pregnant in that film, surely for the next one, we have Franklin.
Yeah, which I don't think they should have ever done, but we'll see what they do.
I don't think they should have done it now.
They're going to massively nerf him to the ground, assumingly.
But you remember in Infinity and Endgame, last thing I'll say, remember in Infinity War and Endgame, they had to pull Captain Marvel out of the game because she just would have cleaned everyone up. There's like a couple of people that are going to be knocking around Thunderbolts that are of that point. Literally. Never mind the fact that we've clearly they've almost deleted Secret Invasion from the bin on their MacBook.
Amelia Clarke with all the powers and that, she ain't turning up.
She can't. So clearly we're just going to act like that never happened.
No, she's been hit by a car.
Exactly. But Sentry, Franklin Richards, like God Thor, Loki. Loki, the way he's at the moment.
Loki, sure.
Like there's some real big boys that are
heavy hitters.
Heavy hitters. So I really don't know how they're going to do it.
No, I really don't either.
And I do think that's why the first film is probably going to be Doom manipulating people to fight each other as opposed to fighting him.
I would love to see it. Well, people are saying that there might even be a X-Men Avengers like fight,
big time.
which makes total sense.
Well, you saw Nightcrawler saying that.
Yeah, he did.
Fuck, you can tell he's been out of the game for a while, can't he? Because he just immediately dropped that he's going to be fighting for Mr. Fantastic.
This the thing. It could
his first interview.
It could be a big scrap where they're all like Hawkeye and Avengers, where they think he's fighting, or it could just
when
be
they first meet and they kick off for a second.
It could just be that I thought that
when the Guardians met Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and that.
Was opening my mouth to say it.
Sorry.
That was exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, it could well be.
They're filming at not Windsor Castle, obviously, but
there's
a massive estate in July that they're filming. They've put all the dates in.
Did you see all the Sentinels and X-Men mansion?
I did see this, but they're saying it's either going to be Doom's Yard or it's going to be the X-Mansion.
Or Battleworld.
Or they might do a Battleworld thing.
I don't know. But you're right, though. Let's talk about that closer to the time.
Let's find out when we get there.
So, because we had a guest drop out on us today, we're wanting to put together, and again, we could have held off and trying to do a perfect comeback, but it's not how we roll. We would much rather just come in. We're missing too much.
This is what people prefer to see.
Exactly. And ironically, we prefer these episodes in a way, don't we?
Do.
So really, what we wanted to do for like another maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, we wanted to do some goat talk.
Let's do goat talk.
Because we do a lot about talking about our goats, don't we?
We do. And I left my iPad over there and I'm not even going to bother go get it.
Not.
So you might as well read them all out.
Fuck it. Why not?
Because we might as well.
Okay.
Well, this is going to be a quick, first thing comes to mind.
Brief explanation if you're really passionate about it.
Brief explanation if you're really passionate.
Okay, so first of all, we've got goat movie that changed your life.
Do you want me to go first or you go first?
I asked you. You go first.
Okay. All right, sass boy. You know what I'm going to go for? Only because of the time it came out in 2008. Dark Knight. Only because you know that I'm a big Spider-Man, Batman are my two goats as I was growing up.
Okay.
And I think that was the first superhero movie I remember going to the cinema. Because I was too young to go see Tobey Maguire in the cinema.
Yeah.
Or maybe I saw the third one in the cinema. I can't remember, but that was the one that I watched at the time. I remember at Stockport Cinema, really remembering well and going, that is going to change my life. That
fair.
So I think that's my answer.
Great answer.
Thank you.
For me, I've got, obviously, just like you, loads, and there's lots of times I can specifically remember at the cinema.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go Inception.
Yeah, great
Inception was the first film I watched, and I think it was 09 that.
09 or 010.
I was, let's say I was, 10, I think it is 10.
Yeah.
So I was 12.
12,
But it was the first time where I watched a film that was so intellectually mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
10-year-old you would not know what's going on at all.
But I remember 12-year-old me being very proud of myself that I understood it.
In the dreams.
Yeah. But you know, like, and I remember when that came out and everyone was like, I needed 2 or 3 times to watch it.
Yeah.
The fact that I kept up with it and I was thinking, not to sound cringe, but I really did fall in love with films a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a big family thing. We always went to cinema, but that film, like...
Good answer. Next one. We kept that quite short.
We did, yeah.
Go on.
GOAT performance in a film.
There's just a million.
There's just too many, isn't there?
So many, and I don't even know where I would start with this.
The Heath Ledger Joker springs to mind.
No, could do that.
I'm going to say a disclaimer that it's not my all-time.
Go on.
But in recent memory, I think Timothy Chalamet as Duke of Arrakis.
Listen, Al-Gaib.
The Duke of Arrakis in Dune 2 was like,
we need the Listen Al-Gaib.
Yeah. I felt like it was 1977 and I just watched Luke Skywalker for the first time.
Yeah,
I feel like in 20 years' time.
That's not blasphemous to say. That's not crazy to say.
Yeah, I think no one else could have done it like him.
I love that answer.
So, you?
You know, I'm going to go, and I'm going to go one actor, but 2 different films of opposing views.
Opposing views?
Him and Django, Christoph Waltz in Django, Christoph Waltz in Inglourious Basterds.
Oh, yeah.
2 polar opposites.
Couldn't be opposites more.
Loves racism, the other one despises
Hates it.
And I think just if I can group them together, I think that is perfection.
Yeah,
because in one of them you go, God, I hate him. The other one you go, as Dr. Schultz, you go, I love that character.
What an incredible, a generational actor.
Double Oscar.
Oh, yeah.
One for both of them. Both as a hero, one as a villain.
Fantastic.
Both as a supporting actor.
Yeah.
Unreal behaviour.
And we could have given that answer to many, but
we could have done an hour.
I'm pretty happy with those.
And done our favourites. Those are good. Next one.
I mean, now I'm thinking about it. Timothy Chalamet I've just realised it's GOAT. But anyway, I'm going to
that's a great one, but go on.
GOAT director.
Nolan.
I completely agree, Nolan.
Yeah,
and
he does everything great.
Straight up, we can keep this very short. Give him the Bond. Give him the Bond films.
Yeah, he said he's interested
give him full reign. Apparently he said, I'm only doing it if I get full reign from the estate.
They would be fools to go, oh no, do this and do that. We need that in. Let him do what he wants.
Yes, give Christopher Nolan complete free reign to reinvent James Bond and let him make 20 films.
Yeah.
And put Daniel Craig in a time machine. Or Tom Hardy. Put Tom Hardy in a time machine and make him Bond. Anyway, let's move on.
Next one.
So now on to music. GOAT rap verse.
We could do another whole...
We totally could. Are you ready? Because I've got one totally to mind.
You go first. I've got a couple I'm dancing between.
Personally, for me, my GOAT, because it actually says that made you rewind it 3 multiple times.
Okay,
right?
Go on.
But this one sticks in my mind forever.
Go on.
GOAT rap verse, Life of the Party, Andre 3000.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I've never heard anything like it.
No, that's a great one.
And in a genre like hip hop, where there's been so many insane rap verses, whether it's like, whether they're beefing, they're criticizing other people, they're making digs, or like just talking about being like badass or whatever. That verse about like, you know, if there's a heaven, why wouldn't they let you speak to your daughter? And it's just...
That's a great choice.
Unbelievable.
That's a really good one.
And the fact it's like a bonus track on one of Kanye's worst albums.
Yeah.
It's flawless.
That's a great one. I didn't even think of Kanye, but my God, there'd be so many. You didn't even do...
And it's not even Kanye. That's what I mean. It's
no,
a Kanye
I know, but
tune,
the fact you just said Kanye, that you didn't do Runaway.
Yeah. This is what
and
I
all
agree.
the great bars in that.
Pusha T's verse in Runaway.
Oh, yeah, so many.
We could do an hour on verses.
We really could.
But tell me one of your favourites then. I know you're trying to think of a really clever one.
No, I'm not even trying to think of a clever one. I'm trying to think of just the first one came to mind.
I thought you said J. Cole, like Kevin's Heart or something like that.
Great one, but no. It might actually be Five Dog in Bugging Out by Tribe Called Quest. It's the one that starts with the bass line, and it's the microphone check 1 2. What is this?
Oh yeah.
The 5 foot roughneck assassin with the roughneck business. Never had a cavity. Float like gravity.
Yeah.
Got more rhymes than the Wonders Got Family. The whole thing is ridiculously good. And I know it's Pharrell's, he said his favourite Tribe song on opening verse.
So many of like, is that Q-Tip's verse?
No, that's Five Dogs verse.
You said, sorry.
And then it's Q-Tip's right after. But it rolls so beautifully. It could also be Shook Ones Part 2, that Mobb Deep opening one, because they're only 19 years old. It could be Nas' New York State of Mind. There's so many. Leave me there because I could go forever.
Well, I've got to just quickly say a couple more.
Go on.
I think Kendrick Lamar's King's Dead off the Black Panther album.
I would have 100 more built
where
up
it starts speeding up, and there's 1,000 Kendrick verses I could do, but because it's the whole point is
Sing About Me, I'm Dying with Thirst.
Exactly, but the whole point is made you rewind it 3 times minimum when you first heard it.
Yeah.
I know we didn't actually include that, but that. Do you remember which exactly one?
I know what you're talking about.
Not your father, I know exactly unbelievable. And then I genuinely, ironically, the first other 2 that came to my mind were both Andre 3000. There's one in solo, but the solo, the one with James Blake on piano.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. And Where's the Catch with James Blake? Do you remember that one?
Oh, I'd have to hear it again.
That verse, when I first heard it, I remember rewinding it a few times.
Yeah, okay. There's some great ones, though.
Totally.
Go on.
Go album with no skips.
For me, when you say no skips, you really have to take this word.
Really no skips.
No skips.
No skips.
Not a single one.
You can have an album you prefer, but this has to be no skips.
Mine's actually a double album. And it's not going to be a surprising one at all because you know how much I love this album.
Right.
And it is one that whenever I listen to it, and in summertime especially, I hit shuffle. I know every song to every word to every song.
Yep.
And it's got a ton of tracks in it. And it's obviously Songs of the Key of Life.
Fair play.
Because every single song is beautiful. Some of them are big summer party hits.
Yeah.
And others are more relaxed, like If It's Magic. And they're all gorgeous.
Timeless.
Timeless.
I'm going to be dead boring and say My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy as always.
Even the skits.
Yeah, they're no skips.
Yeah, fair. No, there
Chris
aren't any
Rock's
skips.
doing your skits.
I knew you were going to say Chris Rock.
Unbelievable. I mean, even Who Will Survive in America.
Easy taught me.
Yeah. But Who Will Survive in America, I referenced that the other day in a session with an artist, because we were putting bongos in a tune or whatever. Yeah. And there was a sample I found that it reminded me exactly of that. But even that whole poem, you know
what line I say so often is whenever I don't know something, and I say I don't know, the first thing that comes to mind is, I'm Yeezy. What the hell do I know?
Yeah, what the hell do I know?
I'm just a Chi-Town
jigger with a nice flow.
What a disgusting bar.
Unbelievable.
Oh.
But again,
cold.
We've already spoken many times about how that album changed me as a producer, but no skips.
No skips.
And the reason I'm not going to think about any other albums is because we'll be here all day.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, GOAT music video. I like that.
That is a great one. But you're saying for you, though, you're not saying the greatest music video of all time.
No, your GOAT. Let's go your GOAT then.
You know, I'm going to take a little scan.
Just a little look around.
I'm going to take a scan around the room because I'll think of something, then I'll text it to him and go, I was wrong, it's that. And you'll go, that is better.
Do you want a second to think? Because I've got a couple of...
Go.
Count Me Out by Kendrick Lamar springs to mind.
Yeah.
The N95 video springs to mind because a lot of Kendrick's newer stuff was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Element from Kendrick Lamar. All of Kendrick's are amazing.
All Right is one of my favourite Kendrick.
All Right,
when he's like floating, and he's on the lamppost.
Yeah.
And that's a
the other one I was going to say was Far Side Drop. You know, the reverse one.
Oh, I can't think of that one.
You do. When Spike Lee did it. They've learned of the whole thing in reverse.
Oh, like Tenet.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
And then another one for reverse because I was showing it some kids the other day that was teaching about music videos. The Scientist by Coldplay. Do you remember that video?
I don't remember what the video is for Scientist. Big fat tune.
Oh, and it's another reason why it pisses me off that people don't give Chris Martin and Coldplay the credit they deserve because it's so clever. The video starts and he's just in this town or whatever and the whole song is in reverse. And again, he learnt the song in reverse. So I saw him on an interview once and he sang a verse in reverse and it was like a verse in reverse. He sang it and it was like really weird to hear.
Cool like
but the story's being told backwards because obviously you hear the song and you're like, oh, this is sad. Oh, something's happened. What's happened? Yeah. And the video is going backwards and he's walking backwards. So the end of the video is obviously the start of the story and it's a car crash.
Oh,
and he's like, partner dies.
That's a great choice.
It's just, I'm watching it again recently. Yeah. Unbelievable. And then my other one was No Surprises by Radiohead when he's in the fishbowl and the water's filling.
Oh,
I love that one. That's pretty iconic too.
Cool.
But I could definitely come up with a few more if I had to.
I'm so drawn about, I'm going to leave it as This Is America for now. Because there's so many great references.
I am so pissed off because when I got the brief for these before,
is that one
I didn't read any of them. A music video came up, and that was the first one I thought of.
No, that's a wicked video.
Because culturally, and I remember Childish Gambino saying when he made that, he was like, "This might not go down very well."
Yeah,
and
I also like how he said there was loads of little references, and someone asked him in an interview, and he was like, "I ain't speaking on it." Like if they say it's up to you, take what you will. And people said, "This is a painting. This is obviously about this mass shooting."
And he went like that, zipped his mouth through the keyboard.
Cold.
Yeah.
Next one.
And the short film, Runaway short film, it was like 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Sure.
That,
you can count that. That's a
I
long
want to
one.
make one of those in my life, and I've tried a few times. But anyway, now we're on to, GOAT video game that had you losing track of time. So just GOAT video game.
This could be so many.
It's nostalgia as well, isn't it?
It might be one that I've put in an ungodly amount of hours in as a kid as well, and then replayed it not too long ago. Spider-Man 2 PS2.
Oh, what a shout that is.
Because it's one where you endlessly can keep going, because there's always a girl who's dropped a balloon that you need to go get out of the sky. There's always someone beefing or a car chase. Even when you do the story missions, there's always more to do and complete.
Totally.
So that's a game I've put an ungodly amount of hours into.
Well, I'm going to go for two. I'm going to go for one that's nostalgia-based and one that's, ironically present again.
Or Red Dead 2. Apologies. Because you can never complete Red Dead 2 either.
Great shout.
Yeah,
so I'm going FIFA Street.
Yeah.
2, probably. FIFA Street 2 is better. The soundtrack as well. And then, what you are stood on, the absolute basis of our friendship.
Oh, that's cute.
Call of Duty Warzone.
That's got to be it.
It's about losing track of time.
We've definitely
granted because it was COVID and lockdown and all that. Yeah. We spent I think we've genuinely gamed for over 12 hours on that game before.
In one go?
In one go.
100% we have.
There was a few times where we went on like early evening, 8, and probably went to bed stupid early.
I agree, we definitely have. And caught 0 wins.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of nice ones in a row.
In the early days.
We got 3 in a row once. We've done plenty of back-to-backs, but go on, next one.
Exactly. GOAT superhero.
GOAT superhero. Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man, isn't it?
It is Spider-Man.
I thought it was Spider-Man.
You know the most...
Spider-Man and Wolverine, I'm never going to split.
Commercially, the most popular. I saw there's a graph of like most mentions, most money made, whatever.
Yeah.
It is Spider-Man. And then do you know who the other two
Superman,
are?
I'm imagining.
Superman's the other one. Who's the other one? And Batman, correct? In that order?
Yeah, I can believe
no, it's the other way around. I think it's Spider-Man, Batman, Superman in that order. They're the most famous 3. But it's Spider-Man.
But I've always thought that DC has the more iconic characters.
It does.
But I've just always preferred Marvel's delivery.
Marvel actually ripped off
almost
all of those.
Yeah.
Where with almost same names as well.
Yeah,
and then just marketed them far better for most of them. But yeah, it's
But
Spider-Man.
it's a pretty easy answer, isn't it? Spider-Man. I've just realised I've got a Spider-Man thing over there that was supposed to put on the table.
Can you see my Miles Morales behind me just because you just watched it?
I can,
You can see him?
Yeah.
That cheap AliExpress, like, it doesn't look good, does it? From a distance,
I think it does.
Cool.
I've got to say, it's taking every inch of me to not blow all of my money on a PS5 and getting Spider-Man and Miles Morales and all that.
I really want it.
But I know when I do, say goodbye to my career.
Yeah, of course,
because I'm just never going to progress.
Yeah, you won't see this podcast either.
No, exactly.
Yeah, let's go on next one.
GOAT. Oh, I don't like them. We're going to run out of time.
Skip that one.
GOAT sneaker.
I think it's probably what I've got on. I think it's probably the Jordan 1.
For our audio listeners.
For our audio listeners,
1985.
Yeah. And I think it's such a symbolic shoe that's lasted. I'm wearing them now in 2025.
Yeah.
And I think started so many shoes were designed trying to be the Jordan 1 and the icon that it was at the time. And that started off because it's such a timeless design where it looked good in the 80s, looked good in the 90s and the 2000s. Now in the mid-2020s, it still looks as good as it ever did.
Totally.
Endless. Like you saw as well that in Miles Morales, he's obviously wearing the Chicago ones.
Yeah.
I think it has to be, really. Or people say like the Air Force 1 or the Air Max 1. It's a Nike shoe. It's not a Spezial or anything else.
I get that.
It's a Nike shoe.
I'm going to go a little bit less classic.
Go on then.
Because we could sit here and talk about all of them.
Certainly.
I'm going to go with a variant of the Travis Scott Cactus Jacks.
Okay.
The Cactus Jack Jordans. Nice. I'm a big fan of them, as you know. I've got 3 pairs.
Yeah.
But I think that they were a nice twist on the classic that then reheated the love of the game. Do you know what I mean? Like, they are pretty massive now.
Yeah.
And people that aren't massive sneakerheads love them as well.
Sure.
I love anything Cactus Jack, to be fair.
Sure.
And I'm going to be a bit rogue and say, for a classic one, I'm going to say Chuck Taylor Converse.
That's a fair one. Will got 100 points in the Chuck Taylors.
Totally.
Never change their design.
Is there any other shoes that have lasted 40 years in pop culture?
Chuck Taylors are way older than 40 years.
They're probably 60s, 70s, aren't they?
They are. Will did it in the 50s, so they're old.
But
they're like 80 years old.
Obviously, they will have been more popular at times, but I don't think that shoe ever became unpopular.
No, it didn't.
I remember I remember getting them from Cyprus when I was 10.
I respect they've never changed the design either.
Yeah, exactly.
The lows and the highs have
There's
always
obviously
been the
variations, but you're absolutely right. The lows and the highs.
Yeah.
I literally bought the Tyler Creator ones the other week.
Yeah.
I wore them last night.
Yeah,
and even though they've got a different design, they're still just low Converse.
Yeah, no, I respect it.
So I think Converse still deserve a bit of love there.
No, I think it's a great answer. I'll allow that. Go on.
Go athlete. This is going to be tough because
this is tough because also you don't want to just limit it to the sport that you love or the sport that I love. You kind of want to think overall, who is the GOAT?
Yeah.
And what does GOAT athlete mean? Are we talking about just athletic ability?
Personally, for athlete, I'm going to say Ronaldo. Athletic ability because if I think about my favourite sport is in football, obviously the whole Messi-Ronaldo debate, as you know, I don't really like picking them apart because I grew up loving Ronaldo, but I'm not stupid. Messi's just an alien with a football. Yeah. But as an athlete, there is no question that Ronaldo's better. Like, I'm not going to diminish Messi's work, but like he is a gift from above.
I would honestly give it to Ronaldo as well.
And I think on that case, obviously, I don't really know basketball like you do, but from that note, LeBron James kind of thing. But Ronaldo's turning 41 soon. Yeah. And granted, he's playing in the Saudi League, but he's nearly got 1,000 goals. Like,
no, I would still give it to Ronaldo over Bron. Even though he's a freak athlete as well.
Exactly, yeah.
I would still give it to Ronaldo still because LeBron still eats tacos and stuff.
Oh, exactly,
and he's not, if it's got any sort of saturated fat, sugar, anything, he's not touching it.
Ronaldo did.
So I would give it to
I saw
Ronaldo.
one the other day, and I was talking to someone about this the other day because I was talking about the fact, this is going to sound really random, I don't like napping, but Ronaldo has like incremental naps through the day. He never sleeps for more than a few hours. He only drinks water. Drinks loads of red meat, all this weird shit. But the other thing I saw was he did, you know, every like couple of years you hear Ronaldo's done his medical for his new club and it says he's like 18.
Yeah, and his lungs have like a 28
I was just going to say he did. It was either Runner or one of those new running apps that did like a BMI thing or whatever. Sure. And it said he had the body of a prime 28-year-old athlete. Crazy. He's turning 41.
Insane.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Insane.
He's never had a big injury. That's one thing that's like unheard of in any athletics.
Sure.
Really. So again, that's what's tough because I always thought Muhammad Ali was always one of my favourite athletes. Yeah. You know, you Mike Tyson.
But I think it's more iconic than
exactly. And you can talk and their peak being so big.
Yeah,
but I don't think LeBron and Ronaldo, even Michael Jordan and people, I don't think anyone touches LeBron and Ronaldo for their peak being so long.
I agree. No, longevity is massive.
Yeah, and Messi's longevity is massive, but Ronaldo as an athlete,
I'm still so sad that Kobe's dead, more for the fact that when Ronaldo retired, for them to like, for some Nike sponsored event, have a sit down for an hour. Because Kobe knows ball as well. Kobe knows football. It was his first love. Yeah. He can also speak Spanish. He could even do the whole thing in Portuguese with him. But the fact that they would have such a similar mindset of, do you also hate teammates that eat sugar? Yes. Do you also hate teammates? I do.
In general,
In general.
Yeah, totally.
Do you know what I mean? And they would both be so understanding of someone else who'd miss like their own kids' birthdays for games and matches.
Yeah.
And that they'd be like, you were the only person who would understand that feeling.
So true. So true.
Damn it. Go on.
GOAT sports moment you still get chills watching.
You know what my funny one is?
Go on.
Mine's a football one.
Is it?
It's a football one.
What is it?
And it's the one I mentioned a few times, even though there's a million great basketball examples. And it's only because every time I see the clip, I always watch it all the way through. And it's that Troy Deeney goal.
Oh, Watford and Leicester.
Yeah, they've always put some great music in the background of it.
Yeah.
And I think the announcer, I don't know who it is, does a really good job of summarising what's going on. I don't know. But he does a really good job of explaining what's going on. And then when he scores the belter, he's like, Deeney!
Yeah, Deeney!
Yeah. Mine's a football one. Because I think that's a great moment.
I just don't think that any sport has scripts like football.
Yeah.
Because there's less goals as there is in basketball, baseball, whatever. Like, the stakes are a little bit higher. And like, but for me, obviously, as a United fan, it has to be the treble winning season, the new camp final, because there is just never been anything like it where in an actual final, you know, they were 1-0 down entering injury time.
Yeah.
And within 3 minutes, United won 2-1. You know what I mean? Like, Giggs with a shot. Sheringham! I've literally got a long sleeve Sheringham shirt of that shirt.
Nice.
And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they still sing it to this day. Like, it gives you absolute chills. Never seen anything like it. Yeah, loads of football moments. But I just don't think athletics or anything can give you that. There's obviously going to be basketball moments and stuff like that I think are insane.
No, there are.
And I love a couple of buzzer beaters. They're always exciting.
There's a lot
but like Usain Bolt's fucking world record breaking moment, it's a 9-second event.
Yeah, sure.
Like, really, I'm going to get over it.
Fair.
But yeah.
Go on.
There is a couple more, but there's a couple. Just do
when you see fit.
That we missed. Oh.
Go on.
Go artist transformation.
Oh, so someone
that's a really specific
gone from something to another thing.
Yeah. I've got 2 or 3.
Go first.
In fact, I've got a few. Instead of being my cliche one first, it's really predictable.
With
I'm going to
Tyler.
say Coldplay.
Coldplay's a good one.
I don't think there's any artist apart from the likes of David Bowie that across 30 years, their first album and their newest album, still being equally as successful,
sure,
whether you like them or not.
But slightly tweaked to what people like, but kept their original flavours.
I don't think there's anyone who has, you can listen to, pick any Coldplay album, you know it's Coldplay, but it doesn't sound like the other ones.
That's very valid.
I think it's impossible to have a sound that's so you, but so distinct from the last album. I don't think anyone's done that like Coldplay.
I think that's a really good shout.
I really don't. And it's 30 years. I mean, Parachute's first album is such an incredible album.
Yeah.
But it's like 1996. And
I
love Coldplay, as you know, as you do, but I think their new stuff's trash. Apart from, to be fair, there's a couple of songs on the new one. But their new album, 2025, #1 album. That's 30 years at the top.
That's insane. Yeah, mega longevity.
Yeah, mega longevity. But then obviously I'm going to say transformation, Kendrick from being like hood rapper, jazz rapper to like social conscious rapper.
Sure.
Tyler's like
Tyler's the easy
the artistry. Yeah. And like him living his characters is so easy. I mean, Yonkers and Odd Future Days, like rapping about
very different,
like weird slurs and like weird childish stuff to the stuff he's doing now over like Quincy Jones sample that he's done in himself.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's probably the best answer I would go for.
I think Tyler's pretty.
I think Tyler's a great answer.
Unbelievable. And you can say your Princes and your David Bowies and Michael Jackson.
They don't really change though that much.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Michael just did
David Bowie did a lot, to be fair,
and then moved to more pop.
Yeah, but like you Stevie Wonders and stuff like that, they were just constantly fantastic.
Constantly.
And that wasn't what they were about. They weren't reinventing their own wheel every time.
They found a wheel and went,
and it was perfect.
We're keeping the wheel.
It rolled very nicely.
It rolled nicely. That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah,
go on. Next
exactly.
one.
I'm going to adapt this one a little bit.
Adapt it.
Go mixtape run. So when I say mixtape, we'll call it album because obviously we're going to be hip hop biased.
Sure.
But I don't think this could have come up any better because we had the conversation last night watching Tyler.
Yeah.
That
his run is pretty sensational.
I think it's so massively underrated as a sensational run. And I'm not even going to include, just to prove how sensational it is, I'm not even going to include his first 2 or 3 that are still pretty generational.
Yeah.
But even from, Flower Boy, Ego, Call Me If You Get Lost.
Yeah.
If we're being anal, 2 Call Me If You Get Lost because he released another one a year later. And then Chromacopia. That's 4 Grammy-winning albums that are completely different. And I don't think anyone's had that consistency, apart from the obvious being Kendrick. And because Good Kid, Mad City, Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, Mr. Morale, Untitled and Mastered. Again, people forget that exists, as we do. And the Black Panther album.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Of course.
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers and GNX. Now, again, I think Damn, Mr. Morale and GNX are 3 fantastic albums. And if they didn't belong to Kendrick Lamar, would have a lot more respect on their name. We've said that a lot of times between us. Damn, that won a fucking Pulitzer Prize award. Yeah. It's not even in his top 2.
No, it's not.
I was going to say 3, but it's definitely 3 for me.
It would be 3.
But like, so.
No, that's a great one.
And I guess.
Even though they're full albums, not really mixed tapes, that's a good one.
Totally. And I guess Michael Jackson's run of 3 or 4 from your Thrillers, your Bad, your Off the Wall.
Be. Yeah, no, it would be.
But I'm like, I don't know, I'm trying to think less like in the box. Ironically, I would, as people won't like it, I would say Coldplay. I think Coldplay, Parachutes, Rush of Blood to the Head.
Milo Xyloto.
No, what's the one we fixed you on? I forgot what it's called. The blue one.
Ooh.
Anyway, that one. Viva La Vida.
Famously.
And Milo Xyloto.
Yeah.
The rest get a little bit questionable for me, but that's 5.
That's 5 great ones.
That were all fantastic. And they all won loads of Brit Awards and stuff like that.
Tribe Called Quest never really had a bad album either.
No, but they didn't release that many, did they? And that people say, I mean, I know you don't like Jay-Z, and I know for the obvious reason we don't like Jay-Z at the moment, but like even his iconic albums people talk about and all the Blueprint albums, they weren't all bangers.
No, they weren't. What about Czarface as
Kanye
well?
West,
Kanye's the obvious answer.
I mean,
Kanye's the obvious answer. In order.
But he's chosen to not be anti-Semitic now, so we can say it.
Graduation, 808s and Heartbreaks. I can't remember if 808s and Heartbreaks. Then it goes to...
then I think it was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Then it's T-Pab.
Watch the Throne.
You said
T-Pab?
Yeah.
To Pimp a Butterfly?
No, not T-Pab. What's it called? No More Parties in LA.
Oh, Life of Pablo.
Sorry.
That was way after though. There was Watch the Throne, then Yeezus.
Yeah.
And
Jesus as well, my
then
gosh.
was it Life of Pablo
Yeah,
then?
2016.
Yeah.
Life
And
of Pablo.
I'll die on the throne that Donda's a fantastic album.
It is.
Donda 2 was a bit rubbish. But
that's not crazy to say.
You wouldn't believe it.
No, Kanye's the best answer for that though.
Because there's no one with a catalogue like Kanye West, I don't think.
No, it's not.
And you can say the Beatles and stuff like that, but I think we've answered that pretty clearly.
Yeah, go on then. What else you got?
There isn't really any left, but I think there's missing a lot.
Is it?
I mean,
do you want to do one more to close it out?
We've already done our GOAT rappers before, haven't we?
We've done it many a time.
Many a time.
I've got mine solidified.
I'm going to say go actor.
Actor.
Yeah. So
or actress.
I was going to say any genre. Any gender.
Any gender. For me,
I would rather for you.
What do you mean?
Rather than us just saying Meryl Streep because she's won the most Oscars.
I'd say Meryl Streep is so bang overrated.
I agree.
Meryl Streep is who
I ain't
people
big
go
into
to Meryl
musicals
Streep for the
like
sake, and for female to keep them like separate. Everyone that says Meryl Streep is the Don, whatever, Kate Blanchett is 100 times her actor. Think about all the times you've seen Kate Blanchett movies.
It's the wrong time to tell me that because I watched Borderlands the other day and it was fucking dreadful.
That's a really bad example.
So dreadful.
That's not a good example at all.
She is great.
But it's Denzel otherwise though. As soon as seen,
it's really tough to say anyone other than Denzel.
I've not seen any more movies by another actor than Denzel.
Yeah.
And I'm last few years, I'm out of date because I've not seen the newest Equalizer. I've not seen his Macbeth.
I agree.
I've not seen Roman J. Esquire. Not seen Gladiator 2. I'm a bit out of date.
Yeah.
But for the bulk of his first bit of career, and even the older stuff like Glory, it's Denzel. He can do a villain so well, and then he can play the good guy so well.
Very true.
He can also play the average Joe.
Yeah.
Like in Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3, an average guy very well.
Yeah, so true.
It's Denzel.
I'm gonna, through gritted teeth, because he's definitely on the Epstein list, and he's very much let me down with all of that. Because he was my favourite for a very long time.
Leo?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Oh, yeah.
Tom Hanks has just got so many
bodies,
bangers of performances.
Skeletons and closets.
Absolutely. Yeah, but many skeletons in his closet. But I'm going to... Leo, obviously, Leonardo DiCaprio. I really think he's a generational actor. Yeah. I think it's tough to beat him. But I'm actually going to say Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt's a great one.
I fucking love everything Brad Pitt does. Yeah. And he's still making great films. I've not watched F1. That's new, isn't it?
There's a great... No, obviously not yet. There's a great joke that they did at Rob Lowe's roasts.
Yeah.
Where David Spade says to him, David Spade says to Rob Lowe struggled with an actor to get meaningful roles because of how good looking he was.
Yeah.
I would ask Brad Pitt that, but he was too busy acting in meaningful roles. Basically saying the excuse he used.
This is what I mean. He was Hollywood's hot guy.
Yeah.
But he's done other stuff.
He's done great things.
Even the likes of your World War Z's and stuff like that.
Yeah, great.
Fucking great film.
I watched that again last year.
Oh, I'd love that film. But like,
yeah.
Fury is one of the best war films I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, I actually think this is a funny one.
That as well.
Yeah, the Lil Dicky series, as you know, is one of my favourites, just as a musician.
Sure.
His episode in that is
Top
one
tier.
of the best episodes of TV I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and he's well funny in it, and you never really see that side of him.
I can't think of he's ever done.
I can't think of much comedy in it.
No.
Well,
I mean, on that note, Bullet Train was quite funny.
Bullet Train was brilliant. I completely forgot about that. And I will say Will Ferrell as well.
Will Ferrell's a great shout.
Will Ferrell is just like, I would laugh at anything he does.
Yeah, no, it's a great shout.
But otherwise, I could probably talk about that all day.
Yeah. Should we close it out there?
Should we wrap it up?
I think that's a good ending. So thanks for tuning in. There's been a lot we covered. Dear God, this is going to be a long one.
We like a long one when it's me and you, though.
We do.
And they've got a lot to catch up on. They do. We've got our adoring, lovely fans that we're grateful for.
So, as per usual, leave a comment wherever you're watching this.
Wherever you're watching it.
Give us a review if you're on Apple Music or Spotify.
Yeah.
Do a 5-star and go.
You can comment on Spotify now, can't you?
You can. Say, you know what, these guys are right.
Tell everyone we're great.
Absolutely.
We've got very, very high dreams and aspirations for Series 3, don't we?
We do. We'll most likely have a guest next episode.
Yep.
Statistically speaking.
We've got a variety of some great friends that are going to come on.
Yep. Some newbies. We've got some artists that are friends that we're going to be championing. Uh-huh.
We're also aiming for some pretty unbelievable guests that we're big fans of.
True.
A couple already in the locker, which we can't reveal, obviously, that are is pretty insane for us.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to do a bit of everything this year. We also want to be more consistent.
Yeah, definitely.
We also want to be, I think, a big thing of what me and Liam are conscious are. This is what we fell in love with the podcast for, and what we're hoping other people did when it's just me and Liam chatting shit.
Totally.
We want to keep that at the core as well, don't we?
Totally.
So you're going to get a variety of me and Liam, plus some friends chatting shit, having some fun times, and then also having some mad guest on that's going to blow you away.
Totally so.
But lots of good things coming for Series 3 is what we've got to say. So I've been Sam, Mr. Kid Blue. As you know, you can find me at Kid Blue Artist. This is Mr. Liam Maloney at Maloney PNG.
Maloney.png.
Maloney.png.
Yep.
We're going to be signing off from that from now on.
Yeah. I like it.
You
should throw us in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming and joining us back for Series 3.
And until the next one,
we're back, baby.